Wait, another company has had a data breach? I need to do what to protect my account? And my other accounts may be at risk. They might have my passwords? This is a conversation that too many of us are having these days. Keeper wants to change that. Our password manager makes your digital life easier. Stop worrying about your passwords. That's our job. Use promo code KEEPERRADIO at checkout to get a special 10% off. Protect yourself at keepersecurity.com.
Javikowski is on with us now, an author and executive committee chair of the Wood County, Ohio Republican Party and member of his county's Board of Elections. And, of course, Ohio, a big state as far as the national election is concerned. And we want to talk about the urban-rural divide in America and how this gap can be bridged, Jonathan.
Hey, good morning, Jack. Thanks for having me on this morning.
Our pleasure. What is
I'm
it?
Really excited to join you.
What is it going to take to bring people together here?
Well, it's not easy, and I think the next couple of months are going to further create divisiveness as we continue to see what happens in suits and at court. But one of the things that I investigated in the book that I wrote, Bellwether Blues, is the need for authentic relationships. With social media being the way that it is, we have dehumanized many of those people that surround us, and it amplifies and creates a toll on personal relationships. So when we can step into others' lives, even if we disagree with them vehemently in politics, to give them dignity and inherent worth and to have face-to-face conversations, it sounds simple, but it's one of the best and most important ways at reinstituting a level of engagement and community.
Yeah, because there's such a divisiveness between, we've even talked about the Electoral College, how it kind of helps rural areas out as far as the elections are concerned, but to bring cities and rural areas together.
Yeah, and I think, the Electoral College is brilliant. It's brilliant because the founders understood that there were going to be smaller states that weren't going to have a voice if elections focused exclusively on majoritarian politics, where you go to the biggest city and that's where the campaigns are being held, and it increases the likelihood of fraud, and you legitimize the voice of those states outside of those major metropolitan areas. I'll take, for example, 2000. Everybody forgets that Bush would not have won if it weren't for the state of West Virginia. West Virginia flipped and became one of those swing states in that election that was decisive. So the voters of West Virginia had a major say in what happened. And when you take away the Electoral College and focus exclusively on popular vote, you immediately eliminate the influence of states like Ohio and many others throughout Midland America.
Jonathan, in your new book, Bellwether Blues, A Conservative Awakening of the Millennial Soul, could you tell us how conservatives can reach millennial voters during this time where it seems so divided?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for that question. That's the big thing that I have found through researching the lives of millennials. Many millennials are frustrated, skeptical, and disillusioned with the political systems. They've seen how far the left has gone left of center, but neither can they stomach the idea of maybe jumping on the conservative bandwagon. So it's really important for conservatives to be more effective at communicating why the principles of conservatism give them the best chance at flourishing in the future. And there's three things that I point out. One, they need to be more persuade rather than debate. They need to unify rather than divide, and they need to simplify the message rather than complicate it.
And what is your startup called Smart Solve? What's that about?
Yeah, it's kind of a fun anomaly to think that somebody like me, a conservative in the conservative movement, is involved in sustainability. This business is focused on sustainable packaging. We create bio-based, water-soluble, paper-based materials that help improve packaging and make it more biodegradable.
Well, what's the name of your book?
It's called Bellwether Blues, A Conservative Awakening of the Millennial Soul.
Bellwether Blues, Conservative Awakening of the Millennial Soul. And that is something I think that would appeal to our audience. And, Jonathan, appreciate your joining us on AM Tampa Bay this morning.
Really appreciate you having me. It was a true honor. Wishing you all the best today.
And that's Jonathan Jacobowski here on AM Tampa Bay.
Wait, another company has had a data breach? I need to do what to protect my account? And my other accounts may be at risk. They might have my passwords? This is a conversation that too many of us are having these days. Keeper wants to change that. Our password manager makes your digital life easier. Stop worrying about your passwords. That's our job. Use promo code KeeperRadio at checkout to get a special 10% off. Protect yourself at KeeperSecurity.com.